Now, soul family, we're going to talk about the origins of voodoo, right? So, voodoo came from an African country, right? The reason why you never see European beige and tan individuals who label themselves as white folks in the African countries and the Caribbean countries is because the voodoo that was going against the white supremacists had scared a lot of these European white supremacists away from the African and Caribbean countries. That's why you don't see racism and colorism in the African and Caribbean countries, man. That's why all the European slave owners, they had go put themselves in USA, put themselves in United Kingdom, put themselves in Canada, and push their racism and stereotypical profiling on dark-skinned melanated people. That's why you never saw a European beige tan person who labeled themselves as white folks live in the country of Angola, live in the country of Ghana, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Ghana, South African countries, West African, East, North. You don't see them. You don't see no European white person be in the Caribbean countries. Why? Because these European white folks know they would get burnt and be put on pitchforks for what the shit they did to a lot of Africans and Caribbeans, right? So, like, when you think about these European white supremacists, why do you think they'll never ever think of trying? Why do you think, and I say this, why you don't think, why? Think about it, soul family. Think about it. Joe Biden, he would never step foot in an African country. He would never step foot in no Caribbean country. Those Thomas Jeffersons, the Christopher Columbus people, all the damn, bro. Come on now. All these damn European presidents in USA, Canada, and United Kingdom that was handpicked and select. Why do you think there's no white supremacy in African countries? It's because of the voodoo. The voodoo in the African countries that was going against the damn European white supremacist slave owners that was hurting my people. Bro, these European white folks, they knew not to have their generation of kids grow up in the African and Caribbean countries because they're going to be out of place. They're going to be out of place. How you think I felt being in USA? We can talk about that today. How do you think I feel? I had to grow up in USA. I had to grow up in a country where I would get profiled, stereotyped every damn day if I ever chose to go out. The reason why I never go out as much is because I'm aware of the fucking subliminal racism and colorism oppression that's created by the damn white supremacists in fucking white people USA. I don't fuck with USA. That's the main, bro. USA has been known to be created by European pilgrim patriot slave owners. Why do you think they name a team called New England Patriots? That's not Indian. That's not. Come on now. Think about that shit. There's no patriots in African countries. There's no patriots in Caribbean countries. Think about that, soul family. Think about it. So, like, that voodoo that scared a lot of these white supremacists away to never come back to no African country, no Caribbean country. Those European white folks, they knew better. They knew better to not ever try to go have their European lineage try to participate in the Olympics representing the African and Caribbean country. And here's a real fact. Jamaica made sure no white folks represent their country. Angola, Nigeria, Ghana, they made sure no white folks represent their country. But USA, the white folks be having all the power in the fucking world to represent the fucking country, right? I'll tell you this. If I hypothetically was to participate in an Olympic, I'm not participating in no goddamn Team USA. Fuck out of here. They disrespected my Africans and Caribbean lineage. Why the fuck I represent a country who disrespect my lineage? Come on now, and I gotta be cool with that shit? Come on now. That's fake as hell. I'm only gonna represent St. Vincent. I'm only gonna represent Trinidad. I'm only gonna represent Jamaica, Haiti. I'm only gonna represent African and Caribbean countries, period. Anything that got European stain on that shit, I'm not representing it, man. I don't give a damn. Like, if you a melanated person and and you root for Team USA, I question your brain cells. I question the history that you've been taught. Like, come on now. What are we talking about here? Like, these damn European white supremacists, they knew if they ever had their generation of beige and tan, pig-looking ass children grow up in the Caribbeans, grow up in the African countries, they knew they're gonna get the same treatment that a lot of melanated people will be getting with their oppression in USA, Canada, and United Kingdom. They know this. They know these European white folks knew this shit. European white folks they was aware of the voodoo, and they're so afraid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. And I'm gonna tell you all right now, voodoo did not come from Louisiana, because if that was the damn case, I would be at home. I would have felt right at home in Louisiana. I would have felt right at home. There's no voodoo in Louisiana. There's no voodoo in no city in Louisiana. A lot of people in Louisiana are fraternity and sorority Freemasons. That's what Louisiana is known for. Why do you think it's called a parish? Now, when you think about these damn European white supremacists who fucking raped my African and Caribbean ancestors, that voodoo that came from African countries, it was a karma to these white supremacist slave owners, man. It was a karma attack on these European white supremacists for raping my African and Caribbean ancestors, man. If you're a melanated person and you don't roll with African and Caribbean lineage, man, I question if you're melanated. Like, who are you? Like, what kind of melanated person is gonna be like, oh, I disregard African and Caribbean lineage? How can you? How can you? Bro, there's melanated Asians. There's melanated Asians, melanated Solomon Islander people, melanated Samoan people that be riding along with the African and Caribbean lineage. And they're not even African or Caribbean. How can melanated Samoan people, melanated Solomon Islander people, melanated Asians can ride with African Caribbean lineage? Come on, man. That just show you that African and Caribbean countries is very powerful. It's not fucking USA. It's not Canada. It's not United Kingdom. It's not no European country. African and Caribbean countries is the motherland, the fatherland of planet Earth. Why, man, bro, that voodoo, and I'm gonna tell you this. Me being a Caribbean, African bloodline melanated person of that dark skin tone, I'll tell you this. I never practiced voodoo in my life. I don't even need it because I get my energy from the sun. But just imagine if I practice voodoo. Just imagine me being a dark skinned person, right? A dark skinned melanated guy who practiced Caribbean, African voodoo to get all these evil slave owners out of existence, man. I'll be way more powerful. I'll be way more powerful. Like, come on, man. Like, this voodoo that kept a lot of European white people out of like African and Caribbean countries, that voodoo needs to spread everywhere. That voodoo needs to spread to USA, United Kingdom, Canada, and get all these fucking white supremacists out of the damn countries. Any country there is. Like, for real. And I strongly feel that if there was no white supremacists and melanated Freemason Eastern Star people, this whole multiverse would be a whole lot better. And yeah, the voodoo, the African voodoo, has scared a lot of reptilians and draconian demons out of here too, to not step foot in African and Caribbean places.